5 of them were released within the same day. And whoever released them probably is hoping that that would be enough to pacify the general masses. Do you think it is enough, or do you think Kenyans are still in that state where once that agitation is successful, then that's it? They go quiet. Do you think that will happen this time around?
Yeah, first and foremost, Fred, let me take this chance to congratulate the judiciary, congratulate the activists, civil society, congratulate different leaders who voiced their concern, like LSK, among other bodies. Even the Gen Z, the concerned Kenyan citizen movement that are pushing for this and making them be released, because even we had to set up propaganda that they have been killed already to make the government feel they're in trouble, because propaganda works. And let me say, Fred, that the street action works, because the release of these people is a product of the street action. But the problem I have, Fred, is that who is leading Kenya? Is Kenya being led from the street or being led from State House? In actual sense, State House should lead. Now, when the people go to the street to tell the state this is wrong, then the state acts. Who is leading Kenya? And who should lead Kenya? Kenya should be led by the head of state. And when the head of state, when the head cannot act like the head, but only the tail is working better than the head, then it is the tail wagging the head, not the head wagging the tail. Just like the dog should be wagging the tail, not the tail wagging the dog. So with such kind of leadership, where is the country going? Because the questions are that, is it enough? And Fred, let me just explain what this is the problem. The most important problem we need to be asking, people went to the street to tell the state to release these people. Why are they being abducted? Is because they are showing dissent, like my colleague has said. And what is the dissent? They're dissenting against bad governance. They're dissenting against corruption, because the government is grossly corrupt and grossly incompetent. Service delivery is not working. So unless you solve that problem of gross incompetence and gross corruption in government, grand corruption, you have not sorted the problem. If you're asking, it's not enough. It's not enough because why were they even agitating in social media in the first case? The Gen Z went to the street, they expressed their dissatisfaction. The government has not done that, they just formed a broad-based government. So they have not responded to the problem that Kenyans are facing. And let me explain this in a deeper sense. Right, when I was in primary school, I was sorry to say I was among the brightest students, just like you and all of us on this set. Those people are always in danger with the teachers who are not very competent. If you raise up your hand and question them, they beat you thoroughly because they are feeling that you are making the class feel they are stupid. Mm-hmm. For example, I was a professor in Strathmore. When you teach class and say we have 5 P's of marketing, then others says actually there are 7. So you become annoyed and you beat a very intelligent person. Instead of that, when I was a director in Strathmore, I tell lecturers, please, time has gone where the students are ahead of you in terms of knowledge. What you can do is to use them in class to make others learn from them. But you're not the one who holds all the knowledge. So the state has to realize that these people are educated during Kibaki's time. Those free primary education, some of them have advanced, somebody with a master's degree, with a PhD. Look at people like Kibet, look at Muteti. They are highly skilled in that area. So the best way to do is, how can you put this into use? So we have a problem in this country. SHA and SHIF is not working. CBC is not working. There are so many things the government cannot succeed technologically. Put these people into productive use of that knowledge they have instead of abducting them. For example, you realize that these people are graduates. They are angry. They are hungry. How can you contain a hungry graduate? You can only contain them by putting in productive work, not abducting them. And if you look at what happened in South Korea, we give examples of Singapore, we give examples of Japan, we give examples of Germany. These tigers looked at the young people, used what's called the demographic dividends of the young people, educated, young, energetic, put them in innovation hubs and centers. In Kenya, I'm happy Kenya Kwanza came up with the issue of ICT centers. But these ICT centers, are they putting these young people, intelligent, qualified people, to work so that they leave you alone. Because if you give these people what they can be waking up to do, how will they wake up to put your pictures on social media or videos?
What I'm hearing from you is that just releasing the 5 yesterday is not enough to quell the anger or the agitation.
It is not enough. In fact, it's not even the right decision, because why did you attack them in the first case?
Okay.
And if you find out the root cause analysis, what is the cause of causes? We talk about, in Latin, we call it causa causarum. Mm-hmm. The cause of the causes is that the economy is not performing. Unemployment rates are very high. Poverty levels are too high. The corruption is very high. Incompetence is the order of the day. You put incompetent people in government, yet you leave very competent young people doing nothing and jobless. What do? They turn to you and they show you that you don't know what you are doing.
Okay.
So what the president needs to do is, he needs to find something productive for these young people. I'm an academic. We invest a lot of money in education. In the budget, the MPs are sitting next to me, I can confirm, education receives the highest budget allocation. Mm-hmm. If you can't use the educated people and you want to move them from they're using their education to sell, can you imagine locking an intelligent person for 32 days? Those people have been there for 2 weeks. Somebody who can use their mind to generate something, you lock them in a cell. Are you using these young people rightly? While our competitors like Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda are putting their youth into ICT hubs, for us, we're putting them in jail. Okay. 10 years down the line, if you realize that Ethiopia has overtaken Kenya, are you going to tell us it was just by coincidence? Right. It is by design by the states to bring us down, yet allow just ignorance to rule the country. Okay. And that's the problem.
Bwana Gakuya, I'll draw your attention to the cartoon on the Daily Nation.